Hello, and welcome to a very special game of Homecoming. My name is Megan. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the designer of Homecoming. And I am very, very happy to be joined at the table by four wonderful players who are going to undertake this journey with me as we venture into a potentially haunted, definitely not friendly house as we do some exploring. So we're going to go around the table and my lovely players will introduce themselves and then we'll jump right into it.
Hey, it's me, Val. You probably recognize me from the other TTA stuff. If you don't, hey, you should go watch that sometime. But anyway, I use any, all pronouns.
Hi, I'm Heather. I use she, they pronouns. I'm new here. And I wasn't raptured, so that's good.
Who knows? The night is young.
That's true.
Hi, I'm Mave. I also use she, they pronouns and also am new here. Fun fact, I lived in China. Unfun fact, I was living there in 2020.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Hi, I'm Ant. I'm happy to be back. I am not a 7-foot-tall bull this time around, but I'll do my best
The night is
anyway. I go by she, they pronouns.
Fantastic. So, without further ado, just a little background on Homecoming. So Homecoming is a game about exploration, physical exploration, emotional exploration, exploration of trauma. It's all really lighthearted, good stuff. But it is a game about the eldest daughter of a family returning to her ancestral home in search of her estranged mother who has gone missing. It's currently funding on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter ends at 7 p.m. Eastern this Friday, the 26th. There'll be a QR code on the screen somewhere that will link to the Kickstarter page. It's kickstarting through Possible Worlds Games alongside two other amazing games, Cosmic Century Knights and Chuck. And there's some special deals if you back for both Cosmic Century Knights and Homecoming. You get Chuck for free. But you can also back for any of the games individually as well. So definitely go give that a look if you like what we're doing here. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Let's just get it started. Homecoming is designed initially as a solo game. It is a game for one player character, and as we are not one person, I will be facilitating my four lovely players who will all be piloting our single player character through the house. So we will get going. So your father's family is known for being craftsmen, masters of their trade. Your mother's family is known for disappearing. It is because of this that when your father calls after years of not speaking, you already know what he's going to tell you. Mom's missing. Dang. So, Homecoming is a game of exploration and discovery, both physical and emotional. Desperate to find your estranged mother and answers to a lifetime of questions, you arrive at the doorstep of the one place you swore you would never go, Braddock House. Braddock House, the large mansion on the northeast coast that has been the home of your mother's family since they first settled here over 200 years ago, where the plans for Braddock Bank and Trust were first drawn, where the family fortune was built, and where generations of Braddocks had lived and generations of Braddock women have disappeared. Though you've never been here before, you heard stories from your mother your whole life, tales of twisting staircases that changed direction halfway, doors without rooms behind them, and hallways to nowhere. That place could put the Winchester mansion to shame, she would brag. And now, as you stand at its door, you can't help but hope she was exaggerating. So there's our scene set.
Oh, man.
So,
Spooky.
so we will begin with character creation. Like I said, this is a game for one player character. We will all be playing them together. So what I'm going to do is go around the table and have each of you answer one of the character creation questions. So starting with Val, you were born the eldest daughter of an eldest daughter, the first in your generation. You have not spoken to your parents in several years. What event made you cut off contact with them?
Ooh.
I can ask the follow-up. So it's a set of 3.
Okay.
So what event made you cut off contact with them? How long has it been since you spoke with your mother? And why did you take your father's call after years without contact with him?
Okay. I feel like our parents probably had this very specific thing in mind for like what they wanted us to be, and we didn't want to be that. And I think sort of the pressure as we got older that we clearly weren't going in that direction was just, coming to this fever pitch. So we sort of, I don't know if it was like a one and done cut off and more just sort of a drifting away. So I think it was more just like the character didn't align with what they wanted us to be. So we sort of just over time separated ourselves as we realized that we weren't going to agree on that at any point.
And how long has it been since you spoke to your parents?
10 years.
10 years.
Okay. All right. So, Heather, the Braddock name holds weight in this area, as it has for hundreds of years. What is your first name? Do you still use the Braddock surname? And how have you tried to distance yourself from your family?
Ooh. So, a lot of the family names, I'm gonna not spoil anything. A lot of the names in this family tree have very kind of like A names. They're either A, beginning with A, or they kind of have like a vowel end. I think their name's gonna be Amy.
Okay.
And she doesn't use the Braddock name.
Oh. So what name does she use instead?
I'm gonna say Gideon.
Okay.
She doesn't. The name brings power, and she, with not being, distance from the family, that is like a tie that really severs, that connection.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Mave. For the past 5 generations, the eldest daughter of each generation of your mother's family has vanished without a trace. What have you been told happened to them? Do you believe that? And what do you think happened to them?
So, I believe that they've been told that they kind of disappear into, like, their dreams, and they don't, like, actually, like, their dreams idealistic, and they get cut off, and that's what she's been told. Like, that they're like, oh, well, they just followed some dream, and you can't, like, if you do that, you're just done. Which I think kind of goes off of with why we cut off, because we're gonna follow that. I don't think Amy believes that. I think Amy believes that they cut themselves off rather than the parents cutting them off. And then, yeah, that's it.
Just, you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. And you have always felt the pressure of being the Braddock's eldest daughter, a role you never chose. How many siblings do you have? How do you feel about your place as their older sister, knowing the family history? And do you still identify as the eldest daughter of this family?
I have 3 siblings. Say twins and 1 younger. Amy is a little bit older than the rest of them, so I feel like Amy is more distant and almost identifies as an only child, not the eldest. And maybe the distance between the family has helped with that.
And then the last character creation question I will put to the whole group. And you almost didn't come to this place. Why did you? What do you want from being here, and what are you risking to be here? So if anybody has any thoughts about that?
I mean, I'm thinking curiosity. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's that time, the dad, you know, our father says, hey, your mother's missing. Okay, there is that tinge of curiosity. Is it true? Is
Right.
this house truly what my mother said it was? It can't be that bad, you know?
Like almost proving to ourselves that like it's
Yeah.
not, because we have kind of staked our whole like separation from the family on believing that just like what we were taught isn't true.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So with that, we arrive at Braddock House. Pinned to the front door is an envelope with the word bug written on it in your mother's neat block writing. It has been a while since you thought of that nickname, and you find yourself smiling in spite of yourself as you pull the paper from the door. Opening the envelope, you pull out the letter and unfold it. You don't need to read it to know exactly what it says. You've already read this letter. From great-great-grandmother Florence, from great-grandma Artemisia, from great-aunt Ophelia, from Granny Una. 4 generations of missing women in one letter. And now the same words are written in your mother's hand with her name signed at the bottom. So, here is our letter. Dear one, this is goodbye. My time has come to continue the contract made and make a repayment of our debt. Do not look for me, for I cannot be found. Instead, thrive the way our family was promised we would. I regret that I feel so much trepidation, but this is what is required. Goodbye. So, and with that, we are going to enter the house. So, Homecoming is a game that is card-based. We are going to be playing it with a deck of tarot cards. However, the physical game itself is going to be its own deck of cards that are specific to this game. We're going to be playing it with tarot cards because we do not yet have the actual deck of cards for the game.
But if you want one,
Kickstarter.
Back to Kickstarter.
Back to Kickstarter. The cards are absolutely gorgeous. All of the art was done by Ashleen, who's amazing. The box art was done by Theo Stoltz, also amazing. So it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous game, and I'm only a little biased
Just slightly.
about that, just a little bit. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be flipping cards to enter different rooms of the house and see what we find within these rooms. So we're just going to get into it because it's easier to learn by doing. So we will start off once I get all of my papers in order. So the first room, the Hermit. All right. You climb a narrow spiral staircase for what feels like hours before you find yourself in front of a small door, easily a foot shorter than you. You duck as you push the door open and step into the room. It's smaller than any room you've seen. Standing in the center, you can easily touch all 4 walls without moving. Despite the short doorway and cramped space, you look up to see the walls stretch at least 20 feet overhead, the domed ceiling painted with images of the night sky. What message for you is hidden amongst the stars? And why does this room make you so uncomfortable? And I'll have Val answer the first of those questions, and I will have Heather answer the second. So, Val, what message for you is hidden amongst the stars? And Heather, why does this room make you uncomfortable?
oh, okay. I feel like it's got to be like some sort of constellation that's of significance to like a memory of our mother. And I don't know constellations very well.
Oh, you can just make one up. We're playing a game of make-believe.
This is true. I guess I could just make some believe. I think that maybe it's like not even like the message of the constellation that's very important. It's just sort of the fact that like it's one that reminds me of like looking up at the sky with my mom, you know, or like being in the car with her or whatever it is. So it just sort of feels like her presence is here in this house, you know. And sort of the weird like ethereal nature of this, like it just sort of feels like that maybe wasn't there before, you know, so already like, okay.
Yeah.
Cursed house. I'm getting some real cursed vibes here, even though I was like kind of hoping it wasn't cursed house. Because yeah, we're just like immediately like struck in the face with this very in our face reminder of our mom and like moments we spent together.
Okay. The reason why I'm finding this very uncomfortable is that the longer I look at the constellations in this room, it feels like they're moving. They're almost a little bit dizzy. And that ever-present feeling of my mother being there and looking up at the stars and being told, you know, about the eldest daughter. You look to the stars and you dream. You're told not to dream. You're not supposed to leave. And that's why it's uncomfortable, because you did leave.
Love it. All right. So now that we've established the room, we will see what we find there. And that is the Nine of Pentacles, as I rustle all of my pages. So when you reveal a pentacle, you have found a message from your mother, revealing a family secret to you. These messages take several forms, all left for you before her disappearance, and it is up to you to choose whether or not you believe them. Read the message to uncover the family secrets that have been kept for generations. For every secret uncovered, answer the following questions. Do you believe this to be true? What makes you sure? And do you wish you hadn't learned this? All right. As you take a step further into the room, you hear the crinkle of paper beneath your feet. Picking up the crumpled envelope, you notice that it's addressed to your mother and has already been opened. Lifting the flap, you pull a thick packet of papers from the envelope, unfolding them to reveal divorce papers. Your parents' divorce papers. He cited irreconcilable differences as the reason behind the request. A small post-it note stuck to the paper says, I asked you not to go back too many times. If wanting to keep you safe wasn't enough, I thought wanting to keep yourself safe for Bug's sake would be. I'm always going to love you, but I can't do this anymore. And your father's is written in your father's careful handwriting. Below that, I tried to tell him that running away from fate only worked for so long, the note from your mother reads. But he didn't understand. He couldn't understand. He didn't know what I did, what I was meant to do, what I was trying to keep you from. And even if he did, he still wouldn't understand. I had no choice. If I drove him away, if I drove you away, maybe you'd be safe. So, do you believe this to be true? What makes you so sure? And do you wish you hadn't learned? I say, I can open up, anybody can.
I think she believes it to be true. I think that growing up, she's probably heard like arguments, but never like about her. It was always like in the distance, and it was always quiet whenever she would re-enter the room. But she's always been close with her father, and that's why it hurt her so much to cut him off, and that's why she answered the phone when he did call. And so it makes sense in her brain logically.
Yeah. It does. All right. So, once you have finished a room, we will roll a die to determine if anything else happens before we leave. So I'm just going to roll 1 6-sided die. If it's odd, we just leave the room without an issue. And if it's even, the house has some opinions.
Oh.
So, and that is a 3. So we're gonna leave the room and move on to the next one.
Bye. Goodbye, dreaming room.
I told you this house is totally normal. and
Dreaming
nothing bad
divorce
happens
room.
here.
Yeah,
Dreaming divorce room.
Yeah. All right.
Double D's.
All right. So our next room that we are going into is strength. So. This is when you have like the elephant. Oh my goodness.
This is any tarot game. I was playing Wickedness the other day. I was like,
So who
there's
wrote
too
all,
many cards.
who wrote all of these props? Some monster.
Just who?
All right. Here we go. As you open the nondescript door, you are immediately greeted with the feeling of a breeze across your face and the smell of flowers. As you step outside into a courtyard filled with vine-covered statues and ivy-covered walls. Every inch of the ground and stone walls are covered in flowering vines, winding their way as they fight for the scant rays of sunlight shining through the domed glass ceiling. Without direct sunlight or a source of water, it should be impossible for such growth to occur. And yet, the plants in this small area all seem to thrive against the odds, covering everything they touch. And then this will be for Ant. What plant stands out from the rest? And then what do you find hidden amongst the growth?
Oh, jeez. I know constellations. I don't know plants.
You're getting the wrong question.
Dang, they're constellation queers and plant queers.
We'll just have to
You pick a flower.
put all of our
Yeah, so we can.
Pick a
niche
flower.
queer
Yeah, so-
interests together.
Just gonna do a
We
piece
can
later.
I say we can work together.
There's a corpse flower.
There we go.
You notice the smell as soon as you walk in the room. That there's a
stinky.
corpse flower. You think the secret is a corpse, but it's not.
Those are massive.
So I find a secret.
Yeah, you find. What do you find hidden in the growth?
I see a glint of something on the ground, and it's a necklace with a locket, but it's broken in half, so it's only half of the locket.
Okay. Spicy. All right. Let's see. We've got 10 of cups. So when you reveal a cup, something in the room is revealing more of your family history to you. So,
Looks perfect with that necklace.
That broken
Yeah.
locket. He's on the other
all right.
side.
Okay. As you turn to leave the room, you notice a newspaper is now sitting in the doorway, neatly folded as if it's waiting for you. Your eye catches a glimpse of the headline, causing you to give the paper a second look. Unfolding it, you see that it's dated over 100 years ago, though the paper feels new in your hands. In large letters, the headline reads, Braddock Bank and Trust acquires local credit union and takeover. Beneath the headline is the story outlining the hostile takeover of the oldest credit union in the area by your family. Interviews with the owners and employees paint the family in a negative light, having stolen away customers until the union had no choice but to sell. The author of the article, despite the negative quotes, highlights the benefit of the Braddock Bank and Trust will bring to the community. It ends with a quote from your great-great-grandmother and someone only quoted as A, promising to ensure that the Braddock family will be donating to the local town to further build up the community. Now, how does this differ from the story you were told about this event? And what have you heard people from town say about your family?
Oh, okay. I definitely think that, like, within the family, like, these sort of events were kind of, like, glossed over. You know, the Braddock Bank and Trust was just, like, you know, the, like, friendly, like, local, like, bank, and we were doing things differently, and we were doing all these donations, and, like, the community, like, welcomed us, and that's why we were so successful. And like, you know, I think these sort of things weren't really even like part of that story. And I definitely think that, you know, the local community doesn't have like the best opinion of us. And, you know, the family sort of talk around that is just, you know, that they don't understand, or, you know, all those sort of things. But like, you know, we've separated ourselves from the family. We can kind of understand where those opinions are probably coming from, and probably have pieced together some of these sort of things.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, it's probably harder to find out that your family bank is Wells Fargo than to find out your parents are divorcing.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah.
All right, now let's. Oh, another on, so we get to move on.
All right, well, toss
just-
that down. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Community hates us. That's fine.
Family trauma stuff is easy.
Easy. All right.
I've always said that too.
Go. So the emperor. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I always thought I had
Probably
long
fine.
arms. Oh,
In the
no.
female generational trauma game.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Nothing.
Everything's
over
fine
there?
so far. It's
Yeah.
room 3.
We're doing.
It's room 3.
We're doing
Stinky
great.
flower,
Everything's fine.
weird stars. It's all good.
Pretty jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken, but
So pretty.
Listen,
Hey, like us.
Family. Family of robber barons.
Yeah, we can gloss over that again.
Don't worry about it.
just girly things, okay? Just girly things.
All right. The Empress. Though you've never seen it before, you instantly recognize your mother's bedroom as it comes into view. A vibrant sunset is painted in your mother's familiar style, adorning the walls. You hesitate only a moment before reaching for the knob and opening the door, pushing it open and stepping inside. Something about the space feels both familiar and foreign as you look around. The familiar mess of art supplies and discarded sketches gather in stark contrast to the collection of large leather-bound tomes that are spread across her bed in a small desk. Heather, what piece of artwork in the room immediately catches your eye? And what was your mother trying to learn from all of the books?
As far as artwork, I think it's almost an abstract painting of myself as a child. There's something, like, it always throws me for a loop looking at it because it is abstract. My mother is an accomplished painter, even as a hobbyist, but this one always, it's a little weird. Like, did she truly see me like this, or was this something else? And as far as all the books are almost very esoteric in nature, almost looking for clues. How do you, like, esoteric and then also kind of like law books? Like, how do you break deals? How do you change fate that's given to you? Those sort of things. Like, it's a weird amalgamation of books. It's the kind of spiritual, but also very worldly, as far as those tomes go in there. The weird juxtaposition in this room.
Law, maybe?
Something.
Like contract law, but like not of this.
Yeah.
Not of this place.
Maybe both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. Where does deals, are they in this physical world or are they outside of it?
Okay.
All right.
I like that.
Let's see. 6 of Cups.
More cups.
So
More history.
Some more family history.
Oh boy. My family's call out post.
A simple photo album with a faded pink leather cover sits amongst the books. As you pull it from its resting place, you see the name Amity embossed in gold letters on the cover. Within the pages are photos of a woman. Photos of a young child fill the first few pages with short handwritten captions. Arthur and Amity, age 2. Amity's first steps, age 2. Amity at the shoreline, age 3. All of the photos appear to have been taken in or around Braddock House. You get to the end of the album, and she is now pictured as a young woman. She's beautiful, with delicate features and a soft smile, often pictured surrounded by several other girls. The last page of the book holds a newspaper clipping, an obituary. The page is yellowed and faded, but the words are still legible thanks to the protective sheet of the album. Amity Braddock, age 20, departed this world for the next the afternoon of November 2nd after suffering with years of a long affliction. She is survived by her parents, Florence and Arthur Braddock, and her 3 adoring younger sisters, Artemisia, Alice, and Adeline. Services will be held at Hilltop Church on Sunday. Mave, what about Amity looks almost too familiar, and what detail do you notice in every photo of this album?
So, looking at Amity, especially in the childhood, it almost looks like looking at your childhood photos. But, like, there's something, like, slightly different. Like, it's very, like, it's almost like a doppelganger. It's not exactly, but you just feel this, like, weird connection to these, like, childhood photos. And then what you notice in every single photo is this scar that's on her arm that almost looks like a claw mark.
Ooh. All right. Spooky. Ooh, all right.
An occurrence.
An occurrence.
Yes, we've
The
got an
house.
even number.
The house
So,
said, whoa, Scott, the claw? Let's talk about this, actually.
all right. So, when an even number is rolled, the house is reacting to your presence. So we will now flip a wand card, and something supernatural will occur.
We get a claw mark.
So,
Your turn.
It's always been there.
yeah. So, since it hasn't come up yet, one of the main mechanics of this game is the push and pull between your curiosity versus your cowardice. So, when the house is reacting to your presence, you will be instructed to either move the curiosity track or the cowardice track forward. And the game ends when one of these tracks is full. So, let us see what wand we pull. The 9 of Wands. So let's see. All right. Without any provocation, a large painting hanging on the wall falls to the floor, the ornate frame splintering and sending shards of wood across the floor. One by one, every piece of artwork that was mounted in this room comes clattering to the ground until nothing remains on the walls.
Oh.
Your attention focused on the first painting that fell. You make your way carefully through the sea of broken wood and glass to investigate. So we are taking our curiosity track forward.
Okay.
Well, there goes all of Mom's art.
Yep.
Dang.
What was revealed when the painting fell, and what do all the destroyed works of art have in common? Ant.
All the destroyed works featured the locket.
Okay.
And what was revealed when the
Yeah.
painting fell is the other side of the locket. You can see somebody, you can see it open. And there's Amity and a boy. Or girl. We don't know. No judgment.
Ambiguous.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amity and someone. Oh,
But clearly a lover, like a beau of some type.
Oh, like someone
Yeah.
romantically
Yes,
involved.
romantically
Got it.
involved. That's the word I was looking for.
interesting. All right.
Also, I love the fact that we were in a room with paintings, and I know you shuffled those cards, and the fact that this
Yeah,
dice roll and this
so
card
good.
pull featured paintings
Universe
is...
is trying to say
Haunted.
The house knows!
Ah!
It knows!
Oh, but then why was our mom painting her? Whoa.
Okay. I'm gonna just put this up here.
Oh.
The devil. No big deal. No big deal.
We're having a great time.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's a fun
On the rapture
house
day?
tour. On my
Oh, on the
On
in
this,
front
the
of
day
my
of my
rapture.
Mother.
You have been walking up and down this hallway, opening door after door for nearly an hour, if your watch is to be trusted. With every door you open, you grow more and more frustrated as you find nothing behind any of them. Dozens of doors line each side of the hall, and not a single one has anything behind it. You're getting ready to abandon this hallway for another section of the house, but something keeps beckoning you forward, urging you to open more doors. You cannot bring yourself to leave until you have opened every one. Val,
Yeah.
how long does it take you to open all of the doors in the hallway? And why do you refuse to leave to explore any other area of the house?
I feel like, I think that's maybe just sort of like a trait that the women of this family share, is just like, we all just don't know when to quit, you know. And I think that's something that's really carried the Braddock family to where they are now, but it's also like why we have all this friction between us, is like, we just like, once we get in our mind that something's going to happen, it's just like, no, like, you know. Which is, again, like, why we have all these weird prophecy things. But it's also why I'm opening all of these doors. Because I'm, like, surely this hallway is going to end. And, like, I've already put all this time into it. And, like, I know something's going to happen. So I think it's just that, like, stubbornness and surety that, like, the Braddock women all sort of share.
And surely there's absolutely no family history of ADHD, and we're not hyper-focusing on
No.
And we're not a Taurus either, stubborn.
No.
That's the constellation. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Page of Cups. Apparently, I didn't shuffle that great. Lots of cups.
So many messages.
So many.
I don't
So
want
much.
any more.
So much family history. All right.
We gotta build our foundation right now.
Yeah. All right. You pull what you notice to be a large manila envelope out from beneath a loose piece of flooring. A note written on the outside reads, "Gideon, do not show these to Talia. It's for the best." Inside are a handful of unopened letters, each addressed to your mother from various university art programs. You know that your mother had dreamed about going to art school, but hadn't been accepted into any of the schools that she had applied to. So she continued teaching herself new techniques and doing art as a hobby. When your parents got married, she did art far less frequently, but you have vivid memories of her wearing paint-covered overalls as she sat in front of an easel when you were younger. Tearing open the first envelope, you pull out a letter typed on university letterhead, an acceptance letter, and another, and another, and another. You tear open every letter until you are looking at 6 acceptance letters, every one kept secret from your mother. Heather, what do you do with the letters? And why does this discovery hit you harder than anything else you have found so far?
Wow. This is directed at me as someone who wanted to go to art school and was told not to. It's a little weird. Okay. Alright. Cool. I think I hold on to them. I don't want to like I put them back in the envelope and I stuff them in a back pocket because it shows that my mother was right in having a talent and she should have been able to go somewhere else but was not allowed to due to this family obligation that all the eldest daughters have to do. Mm-hmm. There's this pain because while my mother was not allowed to go to art school, I did.
It's back to, yeah.
All right. Okay, let's see how the house feels about that.
The
house has,
hallway.
the house has opinions.
Yeah, she does.
Okay,
house.
All right. You thought the dark shadow on the floor was from the lighting fixture hanging above you, but as you step over it, you realize you were mistaken and find yourself falling through the floor. You frantically grab at the walls of the shaft you are falling through, but you cannot find anything to slow your fall. You know that you're alone in this house, but that doesn't stop the scream for help that you let out as you fall for what feels like an eternity. Out of nowhere, your fall slows significantly and you find yourself back on solid ground. You can barely see the light from the room you fell from as you look up the tunnel. In front of you, you can make out the outline of 5 doors situated around a small circular room. We are going to be moving the cowardice track forward.
That's a little scary. I understand that.
I'm feeling a little cowardly right now.
Yeah, I said I went to art school. My mother wasn't allowed to. I pulled it out of the floorboards, and there I went.
All right, Mave. What response to your cries for help do you hear from above? And how do you choose which door to go through?
So it's like the house you've noticed the entire time is like creaky, old feeling, but it's almost like there's utter and complete silence. Like there's no noise at all. And all you hear is your voice, like not even echoing. It's just like that's the only noise that you hear. And you know that no one can hear you. There's no... But you also feel listened to in a weirdly eerie way. And you decide, like, through the feelings, like, you need to, like, go forward because there's something that is there that's not wanting to help you, doing the opposite of that. So I think you're going to choose the door that is straight in front of you.
Excellent. All right. On to the next one. Justice. All right. You have been climbing the stairs for a while. Your legs have begun to ache as you lift them up and down and up and down. Your pace slowing significantly compared to when you first started your ascent. You lean against the handrail, allowing yourself a quick break before continuing on your trek. Glancing over your shoulder and seeing the door you entered through, seemingly no more than a dozen stairs away. Confused and frustrated, you begin again, determined to reach the end of the staircase. You don't know how it happened, but several minutes later you realize that despite not turning around, you're now walking downstairs. There's still a door no more than a dozen stairs behind you, but you don't know if that's the door you are walking to or the door you are walking from. Ant. How do you finally reach the end of the staircase? And what is waiting for you on the other side of the door?
I'm gonna walk backwards up the staircase at my own peril. I'm gonna face the door, and I'm gonna walk backwards up the staircase until my boot touches something behind me, which I hope is a door. And then I will hopefully go through a door,
Okay.
and hopefully I didn't fall.
It's as good a technique as any.
If I fall and break my neck, I'll just haunt the house.
There you
The
go.
already haunted house.
What's one more?
There's one more ghost. 99. Let's room for one more.
The Nine of Swords. Ooh, this is our first.
Sword.
This is our first sword. Okay. So, when you reveal a sword, you are taking a moment to pause and reflect on what you've discovered during your exploration of the house. Answer the following questions, thinking about what you have seen and learned since the last time you paused for reflection, which this is your first. So we have the Nine of Swords. So you are taking a moment to pause and reflect on what you've discovered during your exploration of the house. Think of what you have seen and learned since the last time you were able to pause and answer the questions. So this will be for Val.
Okay.
What are you most afraid to uncover in Braddock House, and what would change if you found it?
I definitely think, like, we were talking about, like, a big reason we wanted to come here was to prove that, like, there isn't this weird fate that we've been talked about or told about, and it sure feels like there's some weird fate things going on right now. And that's super scary. because I think our way with sort of dealing with this was just sort of deciding we were exempt from it just because, like, we decided to be, and it's starting to feel like maybe it's not that simple. Much like generational trauma, if you really think about it. So yeah, I think that's sort of our reflection right now. It's just like, okay, so maybe it's not as like black and white as we've been trying to sort of like hope for. You know, it's not just something you can just decide to not be a part of, and that's fine.
You can't opt out of fate.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a portion along the line of fate is being like, I'm not going to do this, and then fate going, that's okay, everyone else has done this. You still have to come
That is
back.
fate.
That is fate.
That is the point.
Like, oh, honey. No.
Yeah.
That's part of the journey,
Yeah,
actually.
Is saying no. Refusal of the
You
quest.
think you have free will.
It's
You
refusal of
don't.
the quest.
I do love the thought of like carefully backing up this staircase while having this existential crisis about fate.
Yeah.
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 It's like, oh, the backward stairs, you know, that's probably not great. Because
Yeah.
everything else, it's been like, okay, you know, weird hallway. They could have just built that.
Right.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But no, stairs, like, definitely, like,
Flippy
shifted.
flip, yeah.
One goes
So,
up, one goes down.
and we did just fall down big holes. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
some weird things are starting to happen.
Yeah.
Very weird. Oh, cool, we get to leave this one.
We
You
survived.
just
we
get to
were
leave. No big.
I guess our reflection was enough for the house.
Yeah, the house is satisfied. Alright. The Emperor.
Father.
Alright. A wooden archway in front of you opens up to a cozy den. A large stone fireplace with a massive portrait hanging over it stands as the focal point of the room, with a worn leather chair sitting in front of it. A fire crackles in the hearth, shedding light around the otherwise dark room, flickering over the spines of books on bookshelves and reflecting in the glass eyes of stuffed trophy heads that line the walls. Heather, who is in the portrait above the fireplace? And what about this room feels out of place?
I don't think I know who's in the portrait. It's a portrait of someone powerful. The sense of the painting gives power, gives purpose. But I've never seen them. Either I've never seen this portrait, or I have never seen this person, like, at all. And something odd that seemed, I guess, out of place in this room. I'm like, don't get dark. I'm like, ooh. The eyes of all the trophies are actually gemstones. That's why they glitter as they do. Well, the eyeballs, even in a taxidermy state, tends to get, kind of has that shine. It's even more present. You realize that they are gemstones.
There's money, and then there's
money, and
taxidermying your animals with gemstone
You
eyes money.
gotta keep the family wealth somewhere hidden as well. So yeah.
It's not spooky at all.
Yeah, that's not spooky.
Okay.
Ooh,
Page
pentacles.
of Pentacles. Back into my pocket.
That's a
All
message.
right, so
from
that is a
Mom.
message from Mom.
Mother.
So let's see what she has to say. You unfold the piece of paper in front of you to reveal an old painted family tree. It is missing the most recent 2 generations, as the most recent addition is your grandmother Una. What draws your eye immediately is the dark scribbles scrawled across the portrait a branch above your grandmother's. The word traitor is written over the space that once held their name. You can see faint pencil lines below the branches of your grandmother and her sisters, sketches of branches to be added someday but never completed. Your mother has left a note for you amongst the branches. Your great-grandmother never made her disdain for her sister Ophelia a secret, and it was a hatred that your grandmother inherited. I spent my life believing that it was because Ophelia fell in love and married her wife, your great-aunt Kate, that she was disowned and disinherited. But once I began learning the truth, I realized where the hatred really came from. Ophelia would eventually have to do what is required of eldest daughters of our family. But with no children of her own, it transferred the family responsibility onto Cassia's line. Our line. Cassia had lived her life knowing she would be safe and believing that her children would be safe, but Ophelia changed all that. Hatred is a strong poison, and when someone spends a lifetime filling themselves with it, there's only ever one outcome. But I won't drink from the bottle that my mother and grandmother did. It's time for change. Don't let anyone else believe what I grew up believing. Tell them that Ophelia did what she did out of love for Kate, not hatred for her family. It's the least we can do. So, goes to Mave. Do you believe this to be true? What makes you so sure, and do you wish you hadn't learned this?
Maybe if I can.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
please add.
that's the portrait. Like
Yeah.
we're looking at them, you
Yeah.
know.
That's the portrait of, like, Kate is her and,
Like yeah.
yeah, because you don't know who.
Like,
Yeah.
We're literally like
What-
looking at
yeah.
them,
So remind me of the questions again.
Yeah, do you believe this to be true? What makes you so sure? And do you wish you hadn't learned this?
I think I do believe this to be true. I think that there is a lot of love that is unhelped, and I think that she can feel that in the note from your mother, and that it's you don't choose who you love, and so having this is not like a choice that she could have made in order to like hurt her family. So I think she does believe it, and I think she's glad to know that there is choice, but it might hurt other people.
Okay. And we're gonna be on our way into the next one.
All right. The house is an ally.
Yeah, no, yep.
Ally.
Sorry.
Ally. Talk house.
Keep placing them outside camera.
Oh. This stuff.
Just kidding.
All right, yeah, they can go wherever.
We'll drop that one there.
That's fine.
That's the other side. Yeah.
Dang it.
There we go.
There you go. I was about to say, I
All right.
remember the capybara.
All right.
You have more room towards yourself.
Oh, okay.
You've hit the top.
All right. Good
Help
to know.
us.
So I can come. I'll come this way.
Move towards the
All right.
capybara.
The Fool. The door in front of you bears your name, painted in a bright, childlike letters. It swings open effortlessly, revealing a room unlike anything you've seen in this house. It's your room. Your room as it was in your parents' house over 10 years ago. But unlike that room, this one is spotless, pristine even. Not a speck of dust can be seen on any surface. A perfect recreation of the room you spent your most formative years in.
Why that gave me goosebumps.
And what is the most notable feature of this room? And in what way is this room glaringly different from the room you remember?
The most notable feature is the toy box. There's a white toy box, but it should have a maroon top, and it doesn't have a maroon top. You know it was a maroon top because that's your favorite color. Instead, it has a blue top, and that makes you uneasy.
I like it. Just like the little
Subtle.
changes. All right. Page of Swords. We're gonna have a little. We're just gonna have a little
Also
think.
reflect.
No, we're just. You will reflect and you will like it. Okay. So we are pausing to reflect. And then this question will go to Val. But then if anybody has any thoughts also, you can always hop in and help each other out. So what do you most want to forget about this place? And why won't you let yourself forget it?
I feel like this room was really like a love letter from our mother to us. You know, like she was very artistic and like she put a lot of effort into painting this room. And like, you know, even though she didn't paint as much anymore, like she would update it over time to sort of match things that we cared about. So, you know, I feel like that's really part of like the punchline of us being here is we've kind of had to forget how much she loved us to like cope with not being part of the family anymore. And this room is just very much like, you know, especially in its pristine state with like these paintings just perfect. It's just a reminder of like all the like love she put into this room for us. And that's not great.
I did roll a 6, so we're gonna get spooky up in
Hi,
here.
house. It's fine.
The Queen of Wands. And my upside down paper. Alright. As you step outside the room, you are not greeted by the sight of the hallway you had entered from. Instead, you find yourself standing in a dark, winding corridor with walls made of packed earth. Shelves line the earthen walls, each covered with various jars, bags, and boxes of unknown contents. Between the shelves, simple electric lamps dot the walls, illuminating the dim corridor. You step onto the packed dirt floor and start to walk down the passage, not knowing where within Braddock House you are now located, and eager to find your way back to the hallway you came from. You don't seem to notice the strange shadowy forms that are following you. So, we are going to move our curiosity track forward. And
Cool.
our questions are, Heather, when do you realize that your shadow has begun moving on its own? And do these strange shadows follow you out of this passage?
There's a moment where I stop to examine the shelves a little bit more. Something catches my eye that I'm like, am I in a cellar? Am I somewhere else that I've never encountered in this home? And out the corner of my eye, my shadow keeps walking forward. That's how I notice. And as I kind of turn, it's almost like it stops, waiting for me to catch up with it. And then as I move forward a little bit more, I don't notice it, but the shadows do follow. More than just my own.
It's probably fine.
All I know is mine at least waited for me, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Chariot. Alright. You turn the carved wooden knob and open the door to reveal a staircase leading down. You can see a slight flicker of light from the bottom, growing brighter and brighter as you descend the stairs until you reach the bottom, stepping foot in what appears to be a workshop. The room is scattered with the odd tools you do not recognize and a dozen half-made creations. A wood-burning stove sits in the corner, filling the room with both warmth and light. Mave, what trade was practiced here, and what do you decide to take with you from this room?
It looks almost like duck decoys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen duck decoys, like wood carved duck decoys for like hunting, which kind of goes with the taxidermy that we saw earlier. But there is this little like toy that's kind of carved, half carved, and it looks and feels so familiar, and so you grab it and you put it in your pocket.
King of Swords. Just a little more reflecting as a treat. As a treat. Just a little treat. There we go. All right. And have you given up hope of finding your mother alive? And what do you wish you could say to her?
You have not given up hope of finding her alive. You actually have more hope of finding her alive than before you entered the house. And all you wish you could say to her is, why is this like this? What is this?
Two very
Are you gonna pay for my therapy?
two very valid questions. All right, and we're gonna be on our way. The magician. Okay. A simple wooden door swings open to reveal a sewing room. Walls lined with mannequins of various shapes and sizes. Piles of fabric cover the floor. Sewing projects in various stages of completion. A large antique-looking sewing machine sits on a table in the center of the round room, a bolt of fabric half-fed through it. A project abandoned mid-stitch, almost compelling you to take a seat at the table to sew. Now, what about the fabric on the machine looks familiar to you? And what is the only completed project that you find in this room?
Okay. I think, like, it takes me a minute to sort of know where I've seen this fabric before, but I realized, like, in the last picture of Amity, she was wearing a dress made out of this fabric. Like, it's pretty distinct fabric. And I think the last project similarly is made of a similar fabric, so it seems like this is maybe some sort of, like, you know, like whoever was making these was making them for, like, the women of the family for, like, a specific thing, you know, like it's like a graduation dress or some similar thing, you know, that everyone got from someone.
I think it's a family heirloom, but it's not. It's redone every single time.
I was gonna say, I was just kept thinking, like, what if it's what she was buried in, and like the same dress,
Very
just
scary
different,
stories to tell in the dark.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, no, so it's like,
like a funeral dress, like what the nicest
Yeah.
clothes that you would wear, and you would put in yourself in the
yeah,
casket.
and I feel like also that's maybe why I remember it from the picture, because it just looked very like she was dressed for her own funeral in the picture, you know?
That's fine.
Sorry.
Just having a real normal one over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The Nine of Cups.
We're back to cups.
All right. In your hands is a hand-bound photo album with a faded and tearing floral paper cover. The words Sweet 16 are written in large block letters on the cover. Within the album are photos of generations of Braddock family women on their 16th birthday celebration. The pages are all hand-decorated and meticulously crafted with captions written for each photo, as well as information about the celebration and those in attendance. In addition to photos of the celebrant enjoying their party, each page includes a photo of the 16-year-old with her parents. You can't help but notice something different in the eyes of each girl in the pictures. They look troubled, heavy, as if they're trying to cover something with a forced smile. You turn the page of the album, depicting your mother's birthday, expecting to see your own name on the following page, but instead finding only a jagged, torn edge of paper. All right, Heather. What is different about your mother's page in this album? And how do you know that your mother was the one that tore it out? Or tore your page out?
I feel like the difference between like all the pages and like my mother's page for her birthday is that it's a lot more colorful. Like most of the other images are in, like, it's almost like they try to keep a theme, even though like the outside is floral. The inside photos are all typically done in black and white, and all of the images and like the decorations all kind of look the same, whereas my mother's took a different turn. It did start having, it's almost like she did it instead of somebody else. And I know she took mine because it does look like that color started to like kind of go onto my page, and you can clearly see that from like the ripped portion. It's almost like she started to work on it instead of either say, let me work on it instead. Realizing that, yes, while it's colorful, it's not going to stop what's going to happen.
All right.
Oh, I hated that. We're back to art again, and it said, no thank you.
Yeah, house really is not.
It doesn't
an
like me
art
when I talk
fan.
about art.
Rude. Okay, so we've got the Six of Wands. As you leave the room and begin walking down the hallway looking for the next room to explore, as you make your way down the hall, you start to feel the walls closing in on you. What you initially shake off as your mind playing tricks on you is proven real as you turn to see the hallway narrowing rapidly behind you. So this one is a choice. We can to either move the curiosity or cowardice forward.
Tit for tat on both of them, right?
No,
we're
our
at
curiosity
one.
is at a 2.
2 and cowardice is at a 1.
I almost feel like we're still curious. Like, I feel like we're not.
Yeah.
You know
like
what
I
I
feel
mean?
like we said that's kind of like our
Especially with how we feel that our mom's still alive. Like, I feel like we're like,
yeah. I feel like it's weird door hallway all over again.
yeah,
Like, no,
like,
we
no,
started.
we're almost like,
Push forward.
Yeah.
This isn't our fate. This isn't our ending. If the walls close in on us,
yep, this is
is it
not,
really going to take us out here?
No, right. Like this, we know that this is not how they wants it
wants to
to
scare
end
us.
End us, yeah.
It wants to scare us.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So curiosity it is. Okay. Maeve, where do you run as you narrowly avoid being crushed between the walls of the hall? And when you look back to where the hallway once was, what's there now?
So, I'm gonna run just kind of like straight forward as like I feel almost like, you know, like Indiana Jones, where it's like you feel like you're gonna be pushed in, just like kind of barreling through it because we have that like fervor of no, we're gonna find our mom, and I turn around to kind of just like scream back at it like you didn't get me, and it's actually the end of a hallway where there's an end table and a pot of dead rose flowers.
Probably fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like to keep it light here.
That's what it says on the front door. Braddock House. Probably fine. All right. The High Priestess. Okay. You nearly walked past the door as you made your way down this narrow hallway, as it blends perfectly into the wall. Only the crystal knob and initial emblazoned on it is giving away its true nature as a door. Your grandmother's bedroom door. You reach for the knob, and though it turns, the door doesn't budge. It is then you realize the nails surrounding the door frame. Someone has nailed the door shut. And how do you know it was your mother who nailed the door closed? And what are you able to see in the room after removing the doorknob?
Somehow your mother managed to find colorful nails. She seems to love color. So she managed to find like bright, super colorful nails. And you're like, all right, that's mom's work. So you get the doorknob off and you peek in, and the room is almost in grayscale. There's no color at all. It still looks like a normal room, just like it's in a black and white movie. You know, everything's a little bit older-timey, but
Yeah, that's how we know it was from the past.
yeah, yeah, it's got
They
that
didn't have
like
color back then.
music playing like in the
Yeah, it's like a little
background.
flickery.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks like a normal room, but it's just grayscale, and it feels heavy.
Like the color's almost saturated out of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. The Eight of Cups. You hear a faint crunch under your foot and look down to see a crumpled letter on the ground in front of you. You smooth the paper out and unfold it to see a letter to your mother. T. I know you think you are protecting them by letting them leave, but you know as well as I do that they cannot escape their fate. It didn't work for Ophelia, it didn't work for Vanessa or Gloria, and it won't work for them. Give them space to sow their wild oats, but make sure they don't stray too far. You need to tell them they cannot face any of this in the dark. Do what is right for them and for us. Mom. Yeah.
Oh.
What is the last thing you remember saying to your mother? And knowing what you know now, would you have done it differently?
I think, like we said way at the beginning, like it wasn't sort of like we had this confrontation and we left. I think it just sort of gradually happened. So I think like literally, I don't even know if I can remember the last thing I said to her. It was probably just like, bye,
Yeah.
see you later, you know?
Like you never know when the last time you talked to somebody.
Right, and I think the fact that, like, reading this, like, you know that she kind of let that happen on purpose, that's, like, kind of hard, because to her it was probably, like, much more evident than it was to us, you know?
We're having a good time.
Yeah, that's great.
I had a weird brain blast for that because the letter being like, hey, don't let her do this in the dark. And we were dealing with this concept of light, think like color, and this other concept of dark being like, see, black and white, and how the past is kind of going. So I was just like, wait a minute.
All right. And I did roll a 6, so the house isn't happy again.
It's the colors, guys.
It's the colors, the house. So 4 of, let's see. Okay. All right. You leave the room and begin walking down the hall. Oh, nope, just kidding. This one. The energy in the space shifts, and in an instant, before you can grab the doorknob, you are thrown violently back into a wall. The impact of your body hitting the wall knocks several things from it, sending them crashing to the floor. You try to pull yourself from the wall to move forward towards the door once more, only to feel yourself shoved back and held there by an unseen force. You can feel your heart racing as you wait for any indication that you are free to leave. And we are checking our cowardice track.
That sounds about right. It's on par with falling through the floor.
Yep.
So did we get, like, flown back into Grandma's room that was shut?
Like back from the doorway.
Oh,
like
wait,
you were
okay.
pushed,
Like,
like,
got it.
yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to open it and it was like, no,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Heather, how long are you held there before being permitted to leave? And how does this event change your approach to exploring future rooms?
Okay, so being held there, I don't know how long it's been. It's that feeling of uncomfortable because you feel that pressure on you, holding you there, almost like when you're kind of put in timeout. That you know there's a time, but like you don't know the time, and it kind of is that realization. That's that pause and reflect, but not like in a good way. It's the I need to be careful about how much life I show, that color, that in this space that wants to be dark, I have to be careful and wary about the colors. Even though that is a signal of my mom, and it kind of is a reflection of me, I have to be careful about how I interact in that way.
I might just throw this out. Maybe time at this point is starting to feel immaterial in this house. Like you're starting to lose track of how long things are taking, and maybe wondering if this is what's happening to the other women. The eldest daughters. That, like, time just doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I like it.
I love you.
I love you too.
Ghost from above.
It's mom. Sorry.
All right.
That is on.
The sun. Oh, look at it. Come on. There we go. All right. The sunlight is blinding as you open the door, revealing a massive greenhouse. The air is thick, humid, and oppressively hot as you step deeper into the room. While you struggle in the heat, it is clear the plants kept in the greenhouse have been thriving. Each plant is massively overgrown with roots straining against the confines of their pot. Several pots are overturned and smashed upon the ground, having fallen off their once well-ordered shelves. You know time is of the essence, but you cannot bring yourself to walk away from such disarray, and you begin to right the pots that have fallen and clean up the shards of broken ceramic that litter the floor. Mave, how does the room change as you tend to the plants? And what do you find nestled amongst the broken pots?
I think as we start to nurture the room and the house, that it almost feels like a weight, like the heat starts to lessen and like heaviness. Like if you've ever been like humid, it almost just like relieves it. It's like a breath of fresh air as you're like cleaning up. And as you're like cleaning all these things up, you find the other half to the locket.
Nice. Let's go.
Well, all right. The 5 of Cups. A large, hard-cover journal embossed with the Braddock family crest sits collecting dust on a table in the corner of the room. Various folded pieces of paper are tucked within its pages, each one a blueprint for new rooms of Braddock House. Flipping through the pages, you see that this is a journal started by your great-great-great-grandmother Florence, with notes accompanying each blueprint included in the journal. In addition to the notes and blueprints are various contracts and invoices for work done on the house each year. According to Florence's notes, expansion began 3 years after the work on the initial house was completed, and by the time you get to the end of the journal, you have counted over 48 contractors that have contributed to Braddock House. Braddock House has been a work in progress for as long as the Braddock family has existed in Dunlin Bay. And how many rooms are in Braddock House according to these plans? And what reason is given in Florence's diary for the expansions?
You start to lose track as you're counting. There's at least 100 rooms. Some of them don't make sense. And great-grandma Florence's reasoning, it almost seems like gibberish, but it rings similarly of your mother's letter that you found. That there's this kind of sense of duty over something, repay a debt or something, but you're not understanding how making a house that's hundreds of rooms is going to repay a debt.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Just didn't like that.
No, for real.
8 of Wands. All right. Without any warning, the ground beneath the house begins to violently shake. The walls rattle and the sounds of items hung on the wall and set on shelves crashing to the ground fills the air. You struggle to keep your balance as you move away from the walls and towards the doorway while the house continues to shake. You barely make it to the door before a section of the roof collapses in front of you, closing off your access to go down the hall, but opening a new passage deeper into the house. As you try to move towards it, a piece of debris falls from the doorway, slamming into you and knocking you to the ground. You don't know how long you are out, but when you come to, the shaking is stopped and you are lying under a pile of rubble, a newly opened passage opposite you. Would you like to move your curiosity or your cowardice?
Maybe that's why the potted plants fell down. It was not happy that you had destroyed its work.
It's like, hey, put a lot of work into knocking those pots down.
Knocked them over. Oh, it's deeper into the house, which means deeper into the mysteries. I very much of the curiosity. I want to know. I'm not a scaredy cat, me personally. It's something new. Will it lead me to somewhere that's not in the house plans expected? I'm calling curiosity, at least on my end.
I feel like that's like within the character and how
I
we've been dealing with
agree.
this. Like we're like
Yeah.
literally like beat up, like picking rubble off of us. but,
Yeah.
like
Cognitive behavioral therapy via haunted house, you know? As it
I
goes.
love when my therapist dumps a pile of rubble onto me and I have to get out from under
Launches
it.
you into a wall.
Alrighty. And we continue with death.
Good thing we're curious.
Good thing
Good.
we are curious.
Doesn't
Probably.
scare me.
Decently injured.
Definitely injured.
Rub some dirt. Just rub some dirt
Yeah.
in it.
Just put a flesh
Plenty of
wound.
dirt.
Okay. A bright yellow bear adorns the pastel striped door you find yourself in front of. When you open it, you are met with the sight of a nursery with bright murals adorning each wall and filled with brand new furniture. An ornate crib stands in the center of the room, encircled by a curtain of gossamer fabric hanging from the ceiling. A music box on the dresser plays the soft, familiar tune of your favorite childhood lullaby as a porcelain ballerina spins on point. Heather, what is depicted in the murals that unsettles you? And what is in the crib when you pull back the curtain?
Oh man.
Lay it on us.
I love a good little bit of horror. As far as the murals go, they seem innocent. That kind of striped door with the bright yellow bear is giving carnival. It's giving something fun, something that would be enjoyable. But upon closer inspection, maybe you didn't notice it as a child. You were way too young at that point. Looking at it now as an adult, the faces on the characters along the wall are grotesque. Mouths and smiles much wider than they should be. Eyes that look dead. And as curiosity guides us forward towards the crib, weird, but let's peek behind it. And it's once again, are your eyes playing tricks on you? Is your mind playing tricks on you? You think you saw, but was it a baby doll? And there is an outline of kind of what looks to be a shape of a baby. But going down to kind of look at it, peer closer, there is nothing there. It folds. It's gone.
It's not weird at all that I had a music box with a ballerina, right? When I was a kid.
No.
I also have
totally
one.
normal.
It's totally normal.
Blanketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Eight of Swords. Let's have a little think.
Let's pause about that. Let's think about what you just experienced.
think about that.
I need to
Let's
think
see.
about that.
Let's dig a little deeper into how we're
Was
feeling
it
about
well?
things. Okay. So, thinking about what we've seen and learned since the last time we had a think, what do you wish you hadn't learned, and how has that knowledge changed you? Technically Maeve's turn, but
Yeah.
anybody can chime in if there's anything that pops out.
Did we pause and reflect?
It's been a little bit.
Yeah. I think she wishes she hadn't learned of the hope that her mom had, in a way. Like, she almost is like, she's wanting to, like, understand her mother and try to, like, separate herself from this moment, because right now she's, like, curious, but also, like, am I going crazy? Like, is this really happening? And she's like, am I just, like, being delusional? Like, so the hope that she has for her mother, she's almost like, I wish I just didn't step into that. And, like, you're almost dealing with this, like, fighting of yourself that you're still mad at your mom, but you're learning all of these, like, things of pure hope and love. So you're dealing with those conflicting emotions.
Okay. Well, let's see what the house thinks. The house is fine with that.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So we'll just keep going. lovers. You find yourself in front of a tall bookcase at the end of a winding hall. Just as you are about to turn back, a book catches your eye, a book bearing the name of your great-grandparents. You move closer and notice that one of the names has been haphazardly scratched out on the spine. You reach for it, and as you pull the book away, the bookcase swings open to reveal a small room. It's much colder than the rest of the house, with bare walls and no windows. A single bulb illuminates the space, which, upon first glance, is completely empty. And what secrets were made and kept here? And what hiding spots do you find within the room?
This is a tough one. This could be a juicy room. It seems like this is a room that was used to be alone. Maybe it was originally used as a punishment, but it seems like someone wanted to be in here to maybe get away from something, or maybe just to have quiet time to think to themselves, but I feel like the secret is just themselves. They wanted to keep from the world. What was the second question?
What hiding spot do you find in this room?
You find a small dugout area behind the trim next to the door as you kind of turn around to look where you came from. It's very small. It doesn't look like it could hold much, but it's there.
Okay. The Knight of Cups. Can't call it family history. Okay. So, the journal you hold is small, easily able to fit in a dress pocket or small handbag, and is marked with the initials CRB on the cover. Opening the book, you find several diary entries from your great-grandmother Cassia. The entries talk about a whirlwind romance with a young man from the nearby town, and are filled with dreams of wedding planning and beginning a life with him. Suddenly, the tone of the entries shift, and you read about Michael's sudden departure from the village, leaving Cassia alone with no explanation. Tucked into the pages of the journal is a piece of yellowed paper. When you pull it out, you find a letter from Michael. Dear Cassia, I received Alaric's letter. Why it came from them and not from you, I do not know. Regardless, my response will be made to you with the knowledge that they will see it, as they seemingly see everything that happens in your family. No, I will not be taking your name when we marry. My family has been in this area for as long as yours, and the Montclair name may not hold as much weight as Braddock does, but I will not relinquish it no matter how much I love you. I have dreamed of our future as Mr. and Mrs. Montclair since the moment I met you, and now I am having those dreams torn asunder. I know how deeply you care for your family, but do you not also care deeply for me? Will you not give us a chance to be our own family? Please let Alaric know that despite their best intentions, I will not be accepting any further communication on the matter unless it comes directly from you. Until then, I remain yours, Michael.
Sad.
Oh.
I mean, fitting for the lover's room. It's fine. Everything's fine.
What reason have you heard why those marrying into the family take the Braddock name? And where have you heard the name Alaric mentioned before?
Ooh, okay. So I definitely feel like what we've heard is kind of what Michael was saying here. Like, oh, the Braddock family name is very, like, important, and it's, like, carries a lot of, like, importance and weight, especially in this area, and, like, to give it up would be kind of to be diminishing, like, what the Braddock lineage is.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's also this sense that there's more to it than that, especially with all this sort of, like, weird sense of familial duty. and I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Like, I feel like the fact that Cassia couldn't tell Michael directly, like, her own reasoning for it is a clue to that, because, like, just based on her journal, like, you know, she really cared about him a lot, but there were things that she didn't want to tell him about all of this, you know. So definitely that's my little reflect here.
Yeah. The house didn't like that. Oh, sorry.
I said no.
House said no, thank you. All right. The 10 of Wands. A massive clap of thunder echoes through the house, causing it to shake slightly as you make your way to the door. As you place your hand on the doorknob, a flash of lightning illuminates the entire room and electricity surges through the doorknob and into you.
Oh my god.
Shaking off the shock as best you can, you walk out of the room and into the middle of a thunderstorm, rain pouring down from the ceiling as thunder continues to boom overhead. In the distance, you can see the hallway turn and the sky is clear of rain. So we can either move the curiosity track or the cowardice track, as you are now on an inside rainstorm.
Oh man.
We did get kind of a little bit almost electrocuted this
Yeah,
time.
that's a little scary.
Alright.
Electrocution's a little scary. You know, I feel like it's definitely not one of those, like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you probably really felt that.
And we did just see a baby disappear.
Yeah.
Found out about this spooky person in the family we don't know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cowardice it
A little
is.
bit of cowardice.
You're just gonna walk away
A
from
little
this one.
scaled. Just a little bit scaled.
No thanks. I don't need my hair to get wet.
Okay. And then, what marks are left on you from the lightning strike?
The
And-
claw!
It's not a claw mark. It's actually the type of scarring that lightning will give. It's very jagged, and it's actually that kind of.
It's all
Yeah.
The claw.
Yeah.
Connected the pieces.
You've connected nothing. I've connected them.
Good lord. It's going. Yeah. It's actually a lightning strike. That's what we see. That's what it is.
Amazing.
That's what you get.
And that's also probably part of our cowardice is like, oh, okay, now I
Yep.
am actually inextricably
Yes.
bonded to
Yep.
this fate.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
cool.
And now I am matching my doppelganger that was very similarly looking to me.
And died at 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all fine.
Everything's
fine.
All right. And I think before we continue on, we are going to take a little break. Maybe just have a little breathe. So you out there, we will be back after a short break. So stand up, walk around, hydrate, get a snack. Think about
Generational trauma.
generational trauma and maybe
Claw
the little,
marks.
yeah, and lightning,
Sick-ass lightning.
Sick-ass lightning.
Talk scars. You
you know, normal things. And we will be right back. And welcome back. Hope you all had a nice break, had a chance to get some liquid refreshment, stretch your legs, have a snack, think about past trauma. And now we're going to get back into it because we have all had a chance to stretch our legs, get a drink, and think about trauma. And we're going to continue to do one of those things as we continue through Braddock House. So, let's see where we're going next.
I mean, technically, metaphorically, we're stretching our legs by walking through this house.
That's true. We are
We have been-
role-playing stretching our legs.
We've gotten so many steps in.
So many steps. All right.
Sometimes backward steps.
So, yeah. All right.
We did it.
So, the world. The table in the center of the dining room you walk into takes up nearly all of the space, stretching from wall to wall with a dozen chairs set around it. In front of each chair is a table setting, set for an elaborate multi-course meal. Serving platters and bowls sit in the center of the table, interspersed between candelabras holding unlit candles. Delicate spider webs hang from the candelabras, fill the empty glasses, and drape over the silverware, clearly indicating how long this table has been set and waiting to be used. At the head of the table, a single wine glass filled with red wine sits without any other place setting, free of the dust or spider webs that covers the other settings. And I think, Heather, are you up? Who went last?
I did.
You went last.
The lightning strikes.
All right, so
I mean, it was
Mave-
it was a joint thing, but
Yes. So, Mave, what about the table indicates what occasion it had been set for? And what is missing from this table?
So it looks like almost like a formal dining setting. So there's like extra forks and very like pristine, like if you've ever been to like an etiquette, like there's like the salad fork, serving fork, the spoon fork, and it's very almost like this formal like dinner setting that this the head of the table is like this. That's the main person that's going to be there. And something that's missing is that though there is like the head of the chair with there's no plate in front of it. It's like still set up like everyone like has a goblet and forks, but there is no like charger or plate that's in front of it.
They probably just forgot.
Yeah, sure.
maybe they ran out.
Nope. Wand, how'd you get in there? You belong in here. The Ace of Cups.
More cups.
More cups.
Oh, please,
Fill
no more
up-
lore. We keep getting hurt when that happens.
Fill them up.
Cup.
All right. A fated contract signed by your great-great-great-grandparents for the construction of Braddock House, dated over 200 years ago. Details are mostly faded and illegible, but you can make out a few notes written in the margins in a delicate hand. Attached to the contract is a faded black and white photograph. A couple stands beside a man holding a shovel. Only the man holding the shovel is smiling. Barely visible behind them is a massive oak tree in an upturned pile of earth. Written on the back in the same handwriting reads, "Groundbreaking on Braddock House, May 13th. Present, Florence, Arthur, Alistair, not pictured, and Mr. Zimmerman." And what do the handwritten notes in the margins of the contract say? And you notice something in the photograph that looks out of place. What is it?
So the photo is old also. The photo appears to be roughly 200, however many years photography. You know, very early photography. But you're aware that at that time, movement couldn't be captured in photos. It would just appear to be a blur. But you see a horse and carriage clearly moving in the background. It's not blurry, even though everyone else in the photo was clearly posed, you know, for the whole like photographer under the hood thing and holding up the thing and all that stuff. But you can see in the background that there's movement, and you know that that's wrong. And this, as most of the other things, makes you uneasy. It's anachronistic to the type of photo. And as for the notes in the contract, you've asked the engineer this question.
The game asked the engineer this question.
They're mostly engineering notes. There's not much that you can make sense of. It's a lot of questioning about foundations and groundbreaking and the type of earth that there is, and something about the strength of materials and all of this. And most of it just doesn't really make any sense. But you do catch a name written there, and you can't see what's written about it, but you catch the name Alaric written there. You can't really make out what else is there. It looks like something spilled on it, or it's too faded or something.
House didn't like that.
Oh, gotta stop learning things about the family.
Man.
Yep.
No colors and no learning.
Nope. The house hates knowledge.
It wants us to be in a Montessori.
Yep.
That's why I didn't want to
Just
go
be
to
scared.
art school,
Just
man.
be scared.
Just be scared. That's the house just wants you to be
It's sad
scared.
beige.
Yep.
Beige is even too colorful.
Yeah. Grayscale only. Alright. All of the lights near you shudder, throwing you into complete darkness. When the lights come back up a moment later, you don't notice anything different in the room, but you cannot shake the feeling of fogginess from your mind. You have forgotten everything about the last room you explored.
Oh, okay.
And we are moving our curiosity track forward, which means it's almost full.
Probably has nothing to do with that spooky name.
Yeah. Val.
It didn't give you a headache or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
What makes you realize there is a gap in your memory? And why do you feel relieved to have forgotten some time in this house?
I think like I'm still pondering like that name that we don't recognize, and like I feel like I've heard it come up more than once, but like I'm like no, it's just in great grandma's diary, but like I have this sense that like there was something else and I was like onto something, and it's gone.
Oh my god, the name just always gives you that feeling of like on the tip of your tongue.
Right.
Spooky. Okay. Temperance. Brennan? There we go. This is appropriate. You slide the metal door to the side to see a state-of-the-art kitchen in front of you. Everything looks pristine and well-maintained, unlike most of the spaces you've explored in this house. Opening the fridge and various cupboards, you find that the kitchen is fully stocked with enough food to feed a large family. You hear a beep and turn to see a timer on the oven begin to count down from 1 minute. Something's in the oven. You look through the cabinets to find oven mitts as you wait for the timer to fully count down, trying to talk yourself out of opening the oven door, but knowing you are too curious not to. Heather,
I love getting hurt.
what is in the oven? And what about this
Do it.
kitchen feels out of place?
It's a baked Alaska. It's a beautiful baked Alaska.
Just a beautiful
Yeah.
pavlova.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, Paul Hollywood is there.
Beef Wellington.
It's like, this is a great bake.
I'm not gonna creep us out anymore with my first initial thought, but I'm gonna go kind of similar to that. I kind of reach into the oven and I find one of my favorite desserts, which is a king cake.
Ooh.
Something noticeable if you've ever had a king cake before is
There's
there's a baby in
Yeah.
it. Not a real one. Not a
Why
real
is
one,
that our
mind you.
favorite dessert? I really like a cake with a baby in it.
Hey, he likes surprises.
You know?
Surprise!
I'm really
We did some discovery in New Orleans.
Mom was always
It's
annoyed
good luck
because
if you get the
It is,
baby.
it is
Yeah.
good luck if you get the baby.
Mom always had to make us cake with a baby in it.
Yeah.
But in that oven.
It's not just any baby. Jesus.
There's a king cake.
Bourbon juice. Sorry.
What was the other question? 'Cause sorry.
What about this kitchen feels out of place?
It's too new, and the fact that it has so much food, it was like it was waiting. And that's the unsettling bit, is it knew someone was going to be there. Whether it's enough for an entire family, because this house is large, it was waiting.
Yeah.
It knew.
It's like, you can stay here. Look at all this food.
Look,
You'll
we
never
got a
go
whole jar
hungry.
of plastic
and your
babies.
favorite,
babies.
just came out of the oven.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. King of Pentacles. Let's get a note from Mom.
Oh boy.
It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
It's gotta be fine.
Been fine in the past.
Don't mention colors.
The photograph you're looking at is one you've seen before. It hung in the hallway of the house you grew up in, a photograph of your parents from when they first began dating, arms wrapped around each other and smiling as they sit together on a bench. Turning it over, your mother's words are waiting for you. From the moment I learned what I had to do for this family, I swore that I wasn't going to get married. I wasn't going to have children, that I was ending our line. But then I met your father. From the moment I met him, I knew I was in trouble. I did everything I could to avoid him, to ignore my feelings, to convince him that I wasn't someone he could have a future with. But he wouldn't listen, and we couldn't stay apart. I knew I had to tell him what was coming, but every time I tried, the words just wouldn't come out. I couldn't break his heart like that. I know you haven't been speaking with either of us, but I can promise you, he has been as kept in the dark as you have. Don't hold what I have done against him. Oh my god.
Okay.
So, then here comes the... Mave, I feel like you end up with all of
I
these,
know.
which is, do you believe this to be true? What makes you sure? And do you wish you hadn't learned this?
I'm gonna switch it up this time. I feel like she's starting to not believe that all of these notes are from her mother. I think that, especially with the note from that she read, the journal entry, from her, I think it was her great grandmother, about correspondence from other people instead of them. I think that there's something about this that just feels like off.
Our dad did know she was going to disappear and divorced her over it. So it's like
Yeah, so it just feels like I just feel like something is. It feels like there is misalignment in truths, and it's just not quite ringing truth to her.
The house didn't like that.
Of course it didn't.
Of course it is.
The house is just really...
We're like,
He's
no.
like, believe me.
I think you're gaslighting us. It's like,
Fine,
I
believe
think
me.
the house is just really high strung right now. The house is going through a lot.
You're figuring out my secrets. No.
Okay, so the Knight
Stop.
of Wands. Okay. The chandelier hanging from the ceiling in the hall wasn't there when you entered the room. Or at least you don't believe it was there.
no.
The house has been changing since the moment you stepped inside, and you find it hard to differentiate between what you actually remember and what the house is trying to convince you is true. Several potted plants dot the hallway, leading you towards what looks like a wide open space at the end of a corridor. As you walk under the chandelier, one of the bulbs suddenly explodes into a shower of sparks. Moments later, one by one, every other bulb explodes simultaneously, filling the room with sparks that quickly erupt into flames as they land on the dried leaves of the plants. So we can, again, choose curiosity or cowardice. If we do choose curiosity, that fills our curiosity track and the end game begins. So I will put that, don't let that...
What in the Phantom of the Opera?
Don't let that
I know that it does
color your
do the end game,
opinions,
but I feel like she's curious. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, this feels
Yeah,
like the house trying to keep you from
Yeah, the
something.
Right.
house clearly thinks
They're-
we're onto something. We were
Yeah.
like, no, I don't believe you. And it was
Yeah.
Right.
fire, brimstone.
And it's trying
Yeah.
to keep you in also with the food. I just feel like she's like, no, you're trying to mess with my brain.
Getting closer.
Yeah.
And no, I have to go forward
Yeah.
because I am onto something. I have it if I just go to the next room.
yeah.
If I just go to the next room.
So, and what do you grab to attempt to put the flames out? And how do you react when you realize that the fire doesn't burn you?
There's nothing around you to put the flames out, so you just try to step on it, stomp it out, stomp the flames out, and it doesn't burn you. And you're like, okay, yeah, wow, girl, you're really trying to gaslight me.
Gaslight.
Yeah,
Like before.
yeah, gaslight.
Just like before.
Gaslight girls.
Trying to go through that one room with the walls are closing in.
Yeah.
You can't, this isn't the way I'm supposed to die.
Yeah.
You think you can stop me with the fire. I'm just going to walk into it.
Yeah, you're just like, no, girly pop. We're continuing. We're going
Yeah.
on. We're gonna find out these deep dark secrets.
Tell me.
You're trying to scare me into submission. It's not going to work.
All right. So, with the final tick of our curiosity track, we have entered the end game. So, you are done playing cat and mouse, and you are ready to meet face to face and end this once and for all. You don't know if your mother can be saved, but perhaps your own future can be. You descend into the basement where you know they are waiting for you. For once, you wish the staircase was longer, as you find yourself in front of a basement door far sooner than you are ready. Taking a deep breath, you turn the knob and push the door open, revealing a lavish room draped in jewel-toned velvets. A fire roars in a marble fireplace, and a figure sits in a plush armchair in front of it, facing away from you. I knew you'd make your way down here eventually. Their voice is soft, almost bemused, while making no attempt to hide how powerful they are. You cannot fight the chill that shoots up your spine as you take a step closer to them. They turn to meet your gaze, their eyes dark and bottomless. I loathe to be the bearer of bad news, but nothing can be done to get your mother back. She came here to fulfill the family's contract just like you will someday. Surely you've learned by now that we have a contract, your family and I, binding in perpetuity. What exactly do you intend to do? So, we have two options. If you are here to fight, and if you are here to negotiate.
What if fighting involves negotiation?
Let's negotiate with these. Point A, point B.
Captain Antonio.
This guy's been beating us up all day. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I feel a little froggy.
I also feel like we may not have. What do we have to negotiate? Like
Right.
what is our? You have to have something.
Right, what is our...
What is our?
What do we have?
Yeah.
What can I give them? I stepped away from the family. I went to art school.
I can draw you a
But we
mean picture.
might have the negotiation of ending the family line. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we don't want it to continue, but is there like,
make
do
it
you know what I
worse.
mean? True. We do have those siblings.
Yeah,
You know?
if we don't deal with this, we already learned, like,
Yeah.
our siblings' family is just gonna have to deal with it. I think we gotta beat this guy up. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's just beat them up.
All right, so
Okay.
we're here to fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight.
All right. You tell them that you are here to fight them, to defeat them in the hold they have over your family. They chuckle and stand up from their seat and turn to face you. It is then you notice that they are nearly a foot taller than you. They take a step towards you, a smirk turning up the corner of their mouth. And how, pray tell, do you intend to fight me? So, how, pray tell, do you intend to fight them? And we're gonna roll I'm not gonna do it, but somebody's gonna roll a d6. Don't all jump up at once.
Okay, I'll do
Somebody's gonna have to roll
I'll
it.
do it. Give me something good. Okay.
Well, we all have to blow on it. It's a team effort.
Blow on it. Thank you.
We gotta use that locket. We got that locket.
I know.
Like,
Strangle him.
what if it's
Power
like,
of love.
yeah.
Yeah. Power of love, and we'll
We're gonna
defeat
do
you.
Sailor Moon style.
Yeah.
Power of love and justice.
In the name of this locket, I will defeat you.
And my weird doppelganger.
Or
All right. Although you are clearly at a disadvantage, you manage to take them by surprise and gain advantage over them.
Let's go.
The struggle lasts for several minutes until it is clear to you both that you are the victor as you stand over them. You can't kill me. You need me. You all need me. Without me, everything your family has, everything they have built since stepping foot on this land will fade away.
Girl, I'm an
You'd
art
real-
student. I don't know.
You'd really take everything from them.
Yeah.
And we've got
Yeah.
several
Yeah.
Yeah.
questions to answer as we bring our game to an end. So,
Okay.
I will pose them all in a long list to the group, and then we can pick them apart one by one, and I can repeat them however you want. So, here are our questions. How do you end this? If you choose to kill them, why don't their words move you to mercy? If you choose to spare them, under what conditions do you allow them to live? Do you tell any of your family what you have done? How does this experience change you? What is the first thing you do upon returning home? And what signs do you begin to notice that they have not been defeated for good.
Okay.
So let's chat. Let's see.
I have a wild idea for it's terrible for letting them live
Okay.
Love
because it
terrible
involves
ideas.
negotiating.
Okay.
Because it's always been the women, what if we move it to the men?
Hey, patriarchy, man.
What if we move it to the men? That's one thought.
Chill.
That's one thought. You know, could kill it. Hopefully it's dead, but it seems like an all-powerful being that they're slippery and slimy and they always come back.
Yeah. I mean, considering, like, we got here because our curiosity track is filled, like, this thing clearly has a lot of answers, like, where's mom?
Yeah.
Who's this
where
person? Who's
where
that
is
person?
everybody? Return
So-
everybody?
I feel like maybe there's this, like, temptation of, like, oh, if you give me these answers, like, I'll let you not be dead.
Yeah, where did everybody go?
Yeah, what happened to them, like, that closure, that, like, that's why we came here and, like, did all these things, and, you know, we are very stubborn and very curious.
Alright, so I guess we'll start with we're letting them live.
Yeah, it sounds like we're letting them live in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so then the questions following that. Do you tell your family what you've done? How does this change you? What's the first thing you do upon returning home? And what signs do you begin to notice that they have not been defeated for good?
Yeah, how it changes us, like you feel like nothing you do is free will. Like we come from this moment of like everything is faded out for generations, and there is no free will. So whatever I do doesn't matter, and so that changes us because we were so defiant beforehand and thinking that we had choice and that we were choosing to escape, and in reality that is not our path.
And like everything feels hollow. Like
Yeah.
like you as an
There's
artist.
no passion
Yeah,
anymore.
like you as an artist are successful, which you know you should be proud of because it's difficult to be successful as an artist, but you feel like this is not you that made that happen. This is this thing that made that happen. So like all of your victories feel hollow.
The art even seems hollow, but everyone, like literally it's people are paying like lots of money for it and you're just sitting here going,
you don't feel anything.
I feel
for it.
nothing. There's no passion, but other people are like, oh, it's this, and you're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
At that point. Tell me
I don't think we tell the family.
I don't really have a relationship with them.
Yeah, I think that
Well, most seem
Depending-
dead.
but like our siblings and our father is still alive. So it's like, are we telling our siblings? Are we keeping this burden on ourselves and the generations of our children? Or
That's
are
true.
we
Or are you passing it
or
off
are we
to your
doing
siblings?
an ophelia?
Yeah, are you passing it off to your siblings, potential kids?
I almost feel like
Or do you tell them and just say,
our
don't get married, and don't have
character
kids?
in a way is no longer selfish, because we did take that selfish track of choosing our own fate, and now we realize that fate is no longer there is only one option, and so in a way we take similar track to our mom and just bury the burden on us. So do we tell our family?
If we do tell our family, like if we do, it's in such cryptic things that like they're just like, oh, they're just being a whimsical little artist.
Yeah.
Like, they're a little weird, they're a little eccentric, but there's like hidden truths in it.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
hidden truths in it.
Yeah.
So it's telling them, but not telling them that they kind of almost have to figure it out, just like they had to figure out the house itself
Yeah.
and figure out a bit of themselves and figure out the family.
What signs do you notice that show that they have not been defeated for good?
I think in our art, I think
It's that
I
hollow
think
victory
hollow.
thing.
that like, especially like sometimes you'll paint and you'll just notice that you don't know why, but you've painted the locket or a figure, like one of the taxidermy like things, like just slight things from the house that you've seen, and you don't realize you're doing it, and it just kind of envelops into your art.
And they all always feel off. Like when you were in the rooms that you recognized, they all felt off.
Someone had a brain blast.
Oh, the brush strokes are erratic, like the lightning strike.
Ooh. And like our mom's paintings of us as children.
That's what we truly realized what it was. That's why it looked weird. That's why it looked weird, is because it was actually that jagged.
I feel like maybe like when we beat them, we kind of had the sense of like, oh yeah, we like negotiated our way out of this by like, and we got our answers and this and that, and then we kind of realized that they still like have this hold over us.
Every boss has a respawn timer.
Passing notes in class.
Do it.
Oh my god! Okay.
What's it say?
Okay. Family trauma and things continuing not being allowed out of the like the cycle of things. Yes, we want to break them, but it truly takes a lot. And we're not ready to do that just yet, hence the kind of telling but not telling the family. Okay. What if, and this isn't coming from me, I'm not this smart, I mean I might be smart, but you know what, actually it's coming from the we. What if
It's coming from the other Heather.
The other Heather.
Crazy.
brain blast. What if it's the great-great-grandmother that's actually the figure? Like far, 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 like above what we know of the family. And that, like, we end up eventually taking the place. Like, that's maybe the trade in power, is that it gets to a certain point that we end up back at the house. And
We're the ones waiting in the room.
Yeah, and then we take over. That maybe that's our change. We have to make our family disappear. We shoulder that burden.
Yeah, so like not only do we need to like end our bloodline, but our siblings and like,
But maybe we could do it better. Maybe we could choose like a really annoying member of the family every time.
Yeah.
Like somebody
a
that,
vote,
like,
off
nobody
the
likes.
island.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
they can go through this.
Yeah.
Maybe they can break it.
They keep saying skibbity toilet, so like
Yeah,
they
get 'em
gotta
out.
go. They gotta go.
If you say it one more time, we're sending you to the basement.
We're sending you back to the Braddock House.
Yeah.
That becomes the threat.
lore.
The lore and the threat becomes, I will send you to the Braddock House. Don't make me. So help me.
so help me.
I'll send you to this Braddock House.
Great 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 grandma will show you cryptic notes that will make you sad.
And then baby will disappear.
Yeah. But hey, guess what? We're rich. Capitalism.
Rich empty artist.
Yay! Oh man.
So,
Solid story,
yeah,
everybody.
so that was Homecoming.
Great.
What we're gonna do, I think we'll go outros in reverse order, and so tell everyone, remind them who you are, if you've got any pluggables to plug, and also share what you're going to carry with you from this game and what you are going to leave behind in Braddock House.
Well, again, I'm Ant, and it is lovely to be back on the stream. It's been a while. I enjoy being here. I actually did very much enjoy this game. The gameplay was very different from most tabletop games that I'm used to. So it was very interesting, very different. I do like the journaling aspect. I appreciate getting to dive into generational trauma without it being necessarily painful. It's difficult to kind of like toe that line, but I think it was done really well. So I'm not leaving with more generational trauma than I already had, but I am leaving with kind of a newfound maybe appreciation of the choices that we make in life.
I'm Mave. I'm glad to have started this journey of TTRPGs. This game for me was just, I love collaborative storytelling, and that was like the best part of this is like, not only were we answering all of our questions kind of like when we were younger and we were going on campfire and adding to the story, but it's took ideas and building upon it and expanding and kind of really delving into our individual character and really fleshing her out. I really loved that.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm going to be eventually here at some point. And you can find me online. Maybe you'll figure that out later. Yeah. Love this. I've played a couple of other different kind of indie TTRPGs. I love any that incorporate like tarot cards, but it was giving a little bit of like kind of like the house. Or the Darkest House, which I played through, where the house is kind of always watching. The rooms do change a little bit. You get a little bit turned around. There's that fun little aspect of it. And then, I was pulling from other little TTRPGs that I've played where I was like, okay, maybe this can, push the story forward a little bit more. Definitely taking away the game and wanting to run it myself. I want to see what it's going to feel like trying to do it solo. What the super introspectiveness can be. Yes, it's fun to do it collaboratively with everybody, and that kind of like gives that little bit of some levity in a sense because you're talking to a bunch of people. What does it feel like to play this from a solo perspective? And I'm leaving. I don't want to leave anything. I'm just gonna take it all. You can take it all. It was all good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, it's Val. I will again plug the stream. If you liked this, we do a lot of similar stuff, exploring indie TTRPGs that we like. We just recently did Apocalypse Keys, which was another exploration of sort of being a feminine person and what that means in the context. We had an all-trans femme cast, and then I was there. So that's my plug. You should go check that out. I thought that was great. Segueing into that, like, I think that's what I liked about this game. Just, like, the very, like, specifics of, like, generational trauma as it relates to, like, the women in a family and, like, the sense of duty and all that. That was, like, very cool and interesting and such a poignant aspect of this game. And, not to copy off the other homework, but that idea of, like, taking away an appreciation for choices we make, because obviously our character sort of had this very defeatist sense, and, like, we don't want that. Yeah. I think this game is absolutely great.
Well, thank you. I am Megan. I have been your facilitator and designer of Homecoming. You can find me and my ramblings at MeganLynFTW on Blue Sky and pretty much anywhere you can find somebody on the internet. You can find other games that I've designed at meganlynftw.itch.io. Thank you so much to the Tabletop Gaming Center for letting us play this game. Thank you for all of my wonderful players for really just diving right in and not being afraid to get into it. This has been absolutely wonderful. If you out there would like to try Homecoming for yourself, go ahead and check out the QR code that's somewhere on the screen. That will lead you to the Kickstarter. That'll lead you to
It's
the.
in front of Heather.
That'll lead you to the Kickstarter page.
Here somewhere.
For the Kickstarter page for Homecoming, Cosmic Century Knights, and Chuck, all being published by Possible Worlds Games, all of whose stuff is absolutely fantastic. The campaign is running for the rest of the week and will be over at 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday. If you want more Homecoming, I am facilitating a game tomorrow with James D'Amato, who's one of the designers of Cosmic Century Knights, along with some other amazing people on One Shot Podcast Network's Twitch stream at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So if you want some more Homecoming, you can pop in and watch us go through a different Braddock House. Because it's never the same twice.
See what choices they make.
Until then, thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you again to Tabletop Gaming Center and to my players. And hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Sorry, producer
Down
was telling
below.
me that I was like,
Subscribe.
Do all the things on
ring
YouTube.
that bell.
Do
Smash that bell.
New,